Hey guys, Brandon Killabh Hall here. I want to address some things. I'll be short and brief with this. I've gone ahead and made a business decision to part ways with Erin Ashley Simon. For me, it's not personal. I don't have any malice towards Erin. I hope that she's doing well. I know that she's going through a tough time. I just had to do a lot of soul searching and analyzing just our business. And, upon doing that, it's just, I've come to the conclusion, it's just not a healthy relationship for either of us, working healthy relationship, I should say. And for those reasons, again, I had to do what was best for our platform. So with that said, again, Erin will no longer be a part of Grassroots. We want to wish her the best. And again, this platform will continue to support you immensely. You've done a great job for us, and we want to thank you. And that's pretty much it. To our Discord community, I'm sure you guys are already aware of it because we were removed from the Discord. We'll be making a new Discord soon. We're working on that now. As far as for Chris, I honestly wanted to say something to you publicly. I know that our documents were deleted and stuff like that. I will work with you to fix that stuff, and we'll get back on pace. And that's pretty much where I'm at with things. I truly wish her the best. Like I told her over the phone, like I've told anyone associated with her, I just want what's best for her. I want what's best for us in this program. And I think that this is the best decision for all parties involved. And we're looking to just grow and continue to put out good, positive content. And that's what the plan is for us today. So we hope that you guys still continue to support us. You all obviously know how much we cared about Erin. This was a very, very tough decision for us. Trust me, it was, despite, anything else. So that's all I wanted to say.
And let's start the show.
Hey, everybody. What's going on, man? One third of the herd right here.
One third of the herd now. One third of the herd now. So we're here.
Okay, do you guys want to introduce yourselves? People might not know who we are.
Yeah, man. Let's go. So I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I am the regular Nas.
I'm Wylson, and I still don't have a PS5. Brandon, I saw you unboxing yours, and I'm steaming right now.
Why? It's only like 3 games, bro.
It's not. It's more than 3 games. There's Miles Morales. There's Assassin's Creed. There's Fortnite. There's GTA. There is what else? It's a bunch of games that you can download from your PS4 that work fine on your PS5, and they've converted for PS5. But I'm sure more games will come out. Last of Us.
A game that's really got my eye though, and nobody's really talking about it. Sackboy. Pause. Is I'm definitely. Okay. Yeah, that game looks dope, yo.
Okay.
I gotta Google.
So there's no punchline. You're just gonna lead with Sackboy, and like that's where we're at.
And that's it.
No, it's a video game.
No, I know, but normally you
come on,
that's yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like normally you could say something else to kind of give us some context. You're just leaving us with that.
Yes. I hit a pause at the end of it.
No, all right, you're missing it. It's totally okay. It's fine. It's totally okay.
It's like a little kid game, bro.
Yeah, it's totally okay.
Nah, it looks dope. It looks like a well, Mario's still rocking, but it looks like PlayStation's version of like Mario or something like that.
Yeah.
That might be dope. Yeah.
It might be dope, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. All right, so we have a lot to talk about today. Where do you guys want to start? 2 topics. We have Gucci versus Snow Jeezy, and then we have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 30th year anniversary reunion. I'm prepared to start wherever you guys want to start.
So Gucci Mane.
You want to start with Gucci? All right, so let's start with Gucci and Jeezy. Did you guys watch the battle first off?
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Was it that, man? It was intense.
Yeah.
To say the very least.
Yeah.
Intense.
The standoffs, the bars. Gucci,
but it went beyond bars though. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Aside from that, man, when Gucci was like, send another one, I'll put him in the dirt.
Yeah.
And all
yeah.
That. But Jeezy's comeback was perfect though.
Yeah.
Because of Jeezy's speech, I got to give the whole thing to Jeezy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had Gucci winning just simply because of like just the way he came. Like he didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Antics?
Like yeah, like You could tell he was prepared to be at peace or prepared to just get with the shits. Like, but both sides were like that. Like, both sides were like that, man. But I'm happy that they resolved it. Like, I didn't see it ending like that. Like, especially once that diss song came on, I was like, yo, this is gonna go left, man. Yeah. This is gonna go left. Like, I sat up in my chair like I was there. I was like, oh man, it's about to happen. But it didn't. And then again, for Jeezy to take that stance and be like, hey, yo, look, this is for Pop Smoke. This is from Nipsey Hussle. Like, I'm extending, you know, an olive branch. I don't want a problem with you. And Gucci accepted. I was like, wait, is this real? Like, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen after the let out. Like, we're good.
Man, they went to Compound after, man. When Gucci had announced they was going to Compound, I was like, no.
Yeah, I thought for sure. I thought for sure it was gonna go down there. Like, but it didn't.
Did you see the armed service he was rolling with?
Yeah,
I think it was on. It might have been on Axe page.
Yeah.
Yo, the dude's walking around with the Call of Duty guns next to the whip.
Son,
crazy.
But I mean, I think it was intense, bro.
You figure it's in the South. It's gonna be like that. Everyone has guns, so you expect that. But like for it to end peacefully, especially knowing their beef, and again, we won't get into it because that was some serious beef. Like lives were lost. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is real deal shit. So the fact that I felt like the Verzuz was already big enough with T.I. in it. But then when they subbed him out, and then the announcement came out that it was Jeezy and Gucci, I was really, really shocked. Like I thought before it even happened that something had happened because they were like an hour and change late. I'm like, nah, something must have happened. But they came out.
Man, 2020 gets crazier and crazier. Who would have thought that those two men would have been sharing the same stage? But seeing Jeezy show young black men forgiveness. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Showing people how to forgive, especially like in our community and everything. That's huge, man.
Yeah, the growth.
Yeah, that's huge. But it also did make me question, like, how much was that your man's? Like, was that like his man's man?
No, I think that was. But you know what? It shows
the dude that Gucci shot. Was
that?
Was that like his close boy or?
Yeah, no. It's hard. Like they were close. Okay. Yeah, like close. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this is not one of those beefs where it's like a beef of records and things. Like lives were lost. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a real legitimate beef that somehow has turned into and blossomed into what seems to be a copacetic relationship. So I think it's great. Shout out to Verzuz for bringing together people every day at this point. Like all of these misconceptions. You figure Brandy and Monica. You figure who else? Now Gucci and Jeezy. You figure Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. That was the biggest misconception, right? Like we thought that they were beefing for years. Who else? There's so many different people that they've done.
Yeah, that was good though, man.
Man, that's amazing. Do you think they'll go for the bag and actually do like maybe like a collab album or something like that?
I don't think the relationship's there yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's there yet. I don't know if it's there yet.
Well, I mean, they could use Jim Jones' quarantine studio and do it remotely.
This is true. They could. But what I think what me and Nas are saying is I don't know that they're there yet to even do that. Like you got to think about it. This is still very fresh. This just happened. So while they pieced it up, I'm sure that there's still those little feelings of we cool, but you know,
I mean, even in the peace
things still sting.
My fault, Brandon. Even in the peace talks, it was still shots. Like when I just saw something online, like I had to do research, and the dude was like, Gucci goes, yeah, I got $10,000. I got a $10,000 outfit on and $5 million jewelry. Yeah. Like and then Jeezy responded, well, I own half of Atlanta. Which is kind of weird because the math isn't adding up because Tyler Perry, T.I. owns another half, and then Jeezy owns the third half, which is it's not adding up. But still, allegedly, Jeezy put a $10,000 bounty on his head to pop his chain, to get his chain.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, right? So even in the peace talks, there was still subtle shots. You know, like. Fam, you put that on my head and I got that on my body now. and more on my neck.
Yeah.
You know, but to Wilson's point, man, it's great for our community that Jeezy said, even with you sending those shots, even with you starting with a diss song, like kicking it off with just straight out the gate with a diss song. Listen, man, this is bigger than me and you. Yeah. And I'm tired of seeing bodies drop for no reason, you know, for over a conversation, over words, over something that we could have talked it out, you know, if one of us would have just picked up the phone. So I think that's dope, man. And it just shows the kind of space Jeezy's in, you know, and that, which is weird too, because I seen his shorty, his fiance, shorty from The Real, even when she was saying in this relationship, she took a passenger seat, you know, she was more subservient, not as to be beneath her man, but to kind of just follow his lead.
She figured out a way to align with him.
Right. So I'm like, that whole, you could tell, I say all I have to say, you could tell Jeezy's in a spot where it's like, yo, I'm healthy now. Not only are my pockets healthy and obese, but my personal life, I'm in a good spot. And so no matter what Jeezy Gucci is saying, Guwap is saying, you're not gonna move me, bro, because I'm at peace with myself. And I think that's dope.
Yeah. I think it's dope too, man. It like growth, like it's just growth. Communication fixes so many things, man. Like the fact that they had that even in the open forum, like I that just shows growth. Like think about who Jeezy is. Jeezy is one of those people that has never given a fuck. Like he doesn't give a fuck no matter where he goes, no matter what interview he does. He gives it up exactly who he is. He doesn't change, and he's very informative about saying, hey, yo, I was never meant to be a rapper. Like I'm Snow. Like that's who I am. This rap shit just worked out. So when you have somebody like that comes from that cloth and comes of that certain elk, where you know it's very clear that it could go down in any minute, and to see him take the high road, knowing his background, I think that says a lot about him. I think it says a lot about his character. And then I also think same thing with Jeezy. I mean, with Gucci, the fact that Gucci accepted that and said, "Hey, you know what? It's peace. We good over here. It's no problem then." You know, the fact that he was open enough to say, "Look, if you extend it, I'll accept it." That's just G shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that is just something that you always want to see. At least for me, two people that you know I've grown up on. Like two black creatives, two black artists coming up in the same struggle. Like the fact that they found a way to mend their relationship, even after a life was lost, after all of these years. I mean, if they can do it, I feel like anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be, I don't know. Like I just feel like that battle really was the first time it was a versus battle. Does that make sense? Like a lot of these versus battles have been, you know, really kumbaya. Like, hey, you know, I know this is a versus, but like everyone says, this is a celebration.
Yeah, this wasn't no the boy is mine battle.
Yeah, no. This,
you know what I'm saying? Like this was.
No.
Yeah, I've cut ties with people for way less.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like this was a real battle where again Jeezy came out with a diss record. Like
Gucci.
I mean, Gucci came out with a diss record.
Yeah, Jeezy's response to that was pretty sly. He was like, "Oh, I never heard that before."
Yeah. But that was the other thing too. Like even his response to that, like you could already tell he's like, "All right, I see what's happening, but we cool. I that's cool. I get it. That record was hard. Once it came on, because I said the same thing. I said, "Is this new Gucci? I've never heard this." And then when I heard the hook, I was like, oh man.
When they performed Icy though, so icy, they looked genuinely happy.
They looked happy. As like the whole club from right side to that side, to the left side was like bouncing like this. I'm like, like that shit just looked fire, man. I'm happy for them.
I was just happy it was over. And and everybody was safe.
Nobody got hurt, man. Because I was worried. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the stage was dope too. But I'm certain Yeah, but I'm also certain that gap was for a reason.
Oh yeah,
I'm also certain that gap was for a reason.
100%.
I'm surprised they didn't build like a little moat.
Yeah,
with like some alligators in between them and shit.
Should have put them in plexiglass and shit. Like
plexiglass. That hour before they were getting ready, before they came out, you see all the black suits walking around, all the security guards.
Yeah,
that was the only time that social distancing made sense, right there.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You better social distance the shit out of that event.
Yeah,
any event like that, it better be.
No COVID.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But they need to be socially distanced.
Yeah, absolutely. But you think about it. I'm sure Swiss and Timbaland, they had to have had good faith speaking to both of them that they would at least be open to doing the verses for them to even have done it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, we're just going to show up to some battle, where it's like at 8 Mile or some shit and we're going to go in the basement and battle. Like, no, this was carefully and tactfully thought out, and it worked out.
Now,
so, shit.
Now, Instagram Live, that's not like YouTube where you get paid for views. These guys got almost 2 million views. Who gets paid? Just Instagram? Just Instagram benefits from that? Or because I know they got sponsors. Yeah.
Not to cut you off. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
To answer your question though, if I remember correctly, if I believe, they got some sort of deal for this, so they're working on some deal for Verzuz. I think that this deal was some sort of deal with this one, if I believe. Could you check it, Chris? I think they had some sort of deal with this.
Well, I mean, I've seen on iTunes after the Verzuz battles, iTunes put something up, so the streams. Pretty sure the streaming, they get paid off of the streaming services, the back and forth with each song, and whoever like you said, Brandon, whoever sponsored them to just to show up there, right? I'm pretty sure they had bottles on deck.
So I mean, shit. I mean, while Chris looks that up, I'm just happy that it worked out, and I'm really, really hoping that we get some good music from it. Honestly, like a Gucci and Jeezy album, I would be here for it.
It'd be fire.
I'd be here for it.
I don't know if they did.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't know. I don't know if that's happening. Like,
I don't know. I feel like if they were able to do the verses, they can come together for some music.
I think maybe a song or two, but a whole album. I don't like. Listen, Jeezy's a bigger man than me, bro. Because if somebody killed my partner and then made a song about it, it's going to be hard for me to get on that stage.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20 years later, it's going to be, I mean, I'm just being honest. Right?
But you know what? That's growth, right? Because like, even for me, there was things that have been done to me that I wanted to react to, that I should have reacted to, that I have not and I will not react to. Just because it's like, you got to think about it. What are you getting out of it? Like, what do you get out of hurting somebody? Really think about it, especially when it's not warranted. Now, mind you, with Jeezy and them, it's kind of warranted. But if it ain't warranted and you just hurting people, like at what point do you start to say like, all right, maybe I got to look within myself. Maybe I'm starting to do some things to people and not realizing that I'm hurting people.
Yeah.
I think that those two gentlemen had a walkabout within themselves and decided, all right, I'm tired of worrying about being shot. I'm tired of worrying about having to watch over my shoulder. We're all in close proximity in Atlanta. I'm tired of lives being lost. Like at some point, you just get tired of even the friction and the beef, especially when it's very clear that had communication happened prior to all of this, y'all could have had a amicable relationship. It took for y'all 15 years and a Verzuz to squash that. It shouldn't take that much time. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like we have to do better in that scope. Like, you got to be open with the people that you love and or respect, because obviously they both have been very clear in saying, yo, like, we respect each other, but we just don't fuck with each other. Like, it's cool. Yeah. But even with that respect, it comes a time where you got to put your ego aside. You got to put your pride aside and just, start to have some real conversations. And I think the first start of that was at the Verzuz battle, and I really just hope it becomes something that's fruitful, honestly.
At the top of the year, Regular Nas said 2020, year of the growth.
You did say that.
I
You
did
said
say that.
You did say that.
And I'm just,
yeah, you kind of could have said anything though.
I could
not to say growth. You could have
I,
said anything.
I could have said anything.
Hey, Wylson,
but
I was
said-
just letting him rock. I was gonna kill him
Yeah.
after this. Like,
coulda
because
said-
there's
I
mad
coulda
shit that
said
he
anything.
said that was mad wrong that
That's
never happened.
Yeah, that was such
Never.
that was such a broad statement. Like,
it wasn't a broad statement. I knew exactly where we were going.
It was. He was like,
I feel you.
I said that. No, Nas said shit like, yo, I said that life would be this way now. Like, no, you did. Like, no, you did.
I
Like,
did.
that's not what you
Chris
said.
is gonna go back. Listen, Chris is gonna go back in a few
Oh,
hours.
God.
In a few hours, we'll get a text, and Chris is gonna say Nas was right, and then Brandon is gonna say something like, "I don't care. It doesn't matter." And Wilson will say that. He'll say that too. You know, but
Yeah.
I'm saying all that to say, if you look at how the year is ending, right? It's dope.
Mhm.
You look at Fresh Prince, that reunion. You know, and who thought Aunt Viv was just sending heat at will? What, 8 months ago, 9 months ago?
Yeah.
She was sending heat. Now they're sitting in a room discussing their issues.
Mhm. Major.
yo,
I mean,
Verzuz should have sponsored that.
word. Now that's a Verzuz.
Aunt Viv versus Aunt Viv.
Yeah, that's a Verzuz, man. So let's get into it. Let's segue a little bit. So over the weekend, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have been paying attention, especially Will Smith, but it came out that a few months ago that Will Smith was going to be working on the 30th year anniversary of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he was getting the original cast together. A few weeks after that, it then came out that the original Aunt Viv, Janet, what's her last name? I can't remember her last name. Please, let's get that. But the original Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, thank you. Janet Hubert was actually in attendance and was a part of it. So for me, I was like, wait, what? Now, for people that don't know, the beef between Janet and Will Smith happened very early on in the ascension of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Janet was the original mom on the show who was amazing. Like, she was strong, powerful, intelligent. She was not your average sitcom mom that was either dependent on the husband or a ditz or, you know, made bad life decisions. She was an educated Black woman, strong Black woman. Janet herself, I don't know her, but appears to be that way on screen and off screen. Her presence is very, very strong. Even when speaking to Will, and we'll get there, you can see that Will was uncomfortable, and we're going to get there, right? But let's start from the beginning.
I think we need a disclaimer first. Brandon is the only one out of all of us that actually has HBO Max. He's the only person I know in my life that has HBO Max.
Yeah, I'm definitely waiting for Justice League.
Yo, ever since they started like a paid subscription, I don't know anybody who's watched HBO. Shout out to HBO though.
Yeah, shout out to them. But I mean, I wanted to just because I grew up on the Fresh Prince. Like, that was my childhood, dude. Like, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters, Step by Step, fucking Full House. I don't know.
The same age. He's
so
you're older than me, huh?
Can you walk us through it? Like, I want to feel the tension.
So this is what happened. So I want to get there because for me, everyone laughed at this. Everyone thought it was great, and there were a lot of laughable moments. There were a lot of tearful moments. They almost got me to cry with their tribute to Uncle Phil. It was beautiful.
Oh, I would have bawled.
Listen.
I would have bawled.
I almost shed a good few thug tears. One almost came out. I caught it. I said, "Blow, got you right here. That's not dropping. Got you." And then I proceeded to watch. Now, for me, what I took from this was something totally different that I think anyone else would take from this. I messaged Will, but then I took it back because I thought it was too personal. It's too deep. He doesn't know. I did. I'm in a place, like I keep telling y'all, I'm in a place of keeping it a buck with everyone that I love. Like, even y'all, prior to this recording, you gotta
send the flowers, man.
Yeah, prior to this recording, even last week when obviously things were happening, I revealed some things to you guys with depression, with a bunch of things that I've been dealing with, right? That you guys had no idea about. but that's just how I give it up. Like I don't bring, my stuff to work with me. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
The fact that they had like a similar kind of thing and they're now having an on-screen conversation where you can legitimately see like it was authentic. But what I got from this, honestly, this really was not about the Fresh Prince. Follow me. Mm-hmm. This was about Will Smith.
Okay, go in.
I think Will Smith did this because he wanted to get back to knowing what it's like to sit in a family setting. I think Will Smith went back to his safe zone. I think the people that showed up for him on that set, they knew that they had to be there for Will Smith, given where he's at in his life with his marriage, his family, and all of these other things. Right? So that's one takeaway. Number two, if you look at Will's eyes, I know that he said because he drinks a lot of coffee that his eyes are red. I think his eyes were red simply because he's not sleeping, and you can see that he's now coming to terms with dealing with some things with himself emotionally. I even noticed how he laughed. His laugh did not seem genuine in this. It didn't seem real. Like it seemed he was like, and then it would stop. and no, seriously, just listen to some of the laughs that he had, right? Something else that stuck out, and this is why I'll go back to it, it's that the Uncle Phil tribute, a lot of the things, the clip outs that were in the special were very, very specific sentences. Hey, don't worry about anybody else. Be the best version you can be. Hey, you can't please everyone. You are doing the best. Like it was all of these really, really heartfelt moments that Uncle Phil had with everyone on the cast of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But the messaging behind it, I think, and I know obviously because Will Smith designed it, it was all designed for Will. I think that was one huge therapy session. I really think that. But when we get to Aunt Viv, for me, that's where I could see where he couldn't act anymore. Meaning, like, because mind you, they were acting. Like you could see where they were playing off each other, and that's what's supposed to be. It's a special, right? You want to entertain. Yeah. When he sits down with Janet, it's a different energy. It's a different energy. You can see it. As soon as he hugs her, and as soon as she sits down and puts her arm like this, Will's whole demeanor changes. He just sits there and he's like, she said, it's been a long time, 27 years. And he said, I know. And then she says, you look good. And he started, he said, you look good too, as always. He wanted her to let her know right then and there, like, I never had a problem with you. Yeah. I never had a problem. So as they get into the conversation, she says, I just want to know why. Like, why did you go so far? Why did you do some of the things that you did to me? Like, you took everything from me. I just want to know why. And and then Will says, listen, before we start, like, I don't know your story. Like, I truly don't know your story. And for me, the same face that you just made.
So basically he was saying like everything that happened to you, I'm unaware of it.
Somewhat, right? Somewhat. Okay. So he said, and I'll get into it. So after she asked the question of, just tell me why you did the things you did to me. Just tell me why. He says, no, but I'm sorry, I'm fast forwarding. So before we get to that, he says, look, before we get there, tell me your story. I really don't know your story. I don't know. Yeah. And she said, I know you don't know. She said, I was dealing with a lot during this time when I was filming. I was pregnant. I was dealing with depression. I was in an abusive relationship, which I didn't know any of that. Like,
yeah, that's news to me.
The cast didn't know. When they found out, when
who the hell was beating her and not getting beat back?
Her husband, yeah, apparently.
She looked like she hit back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's a strong Black woman, like, but I get it, like, I get it. So
yeah, those relationships are complicated.
As she says that, she says to him, like, I was dealing with that, and I just stopped talking to people. it was much like me with you guys, like, and even with our Discord and all these fans and shit. Like, I'm saying to them, like, yeah, I'm just dealing with some things. Like, I'm battling depression. I'm battling life as it's coming at me so quickly. Don't take my distance as you know, like there's some sort of friction. I just don't want to project. So I understood what she was saying there when she said, yo, I just started to show up to work and just not speak to anyone just because it was all too much. Like, I was a strong Black woman coming in and I was just ready to work and it wasn't perceived well. Yeah. So then Will says, okay, I understand that. So then that's when she asked the question of, you know, I just want to know why. Like, I've made my peace with the past and I just want to know why you went so far. Like, you guys took everything from me.
What was his answer?
She said, my family members disowned me. I didn't have anyone. You guys sent me home with nothing, no money, no nothing. It was, hey, you offered me this contract, and the contract was, I guess, wasn't of the same value that she would have liked for it to be.
Yeah.
And they said, well, here, this is it. And she said, no, like, I'm worth more than this. We're the #1 TV show on the network, and I'm doing great things. Why would you offer me this little bit of money? So she turned it down. She said that they said, okay, we'll get another Aunt Viv. And so they did. So
I always thought they just fired her.
Well, so, there you go. So
I didn't know she turned down a contract.
There you go. I always thought the same thing. And that's what she said. She said, I wanted to clear something up because there's been a miscommunication, a misconception for 27 years. The misconception is that I got fired from the set because I was difficult. I got fired from the set because I was an angry Black woman that could not control my temper. It was no. I left the set and turned down a deal because I was not being valued. I left because, you know, I was doing my best to try to fit into this environment, and I wasn't getting helped. So then Will just kind of sat back, and as Will sat back, you could see, at least from the way I looked at it, you can see that that was the first time that he had heard that. Yeah. I truly do not think that he knew. Now, he took ownership and said, you know, so then she says, you know, so can you just tell me why? Like, just why? And you can see Will kind of clam up. He was very much like, listen, I was a 21-year-old kid. Everything to me was a threat. I had a lot of power. You were a strong Black woman that everyone was taking to, and you demanded the stage, and you were good at it. I started this and didn't know. Like, Quincy threw me into this audition and said, okay, hey, here, go perform with these thespians like that have been doing this for quite some time. He said, I was lost. I felt threatened by everything. And she said, why? And he couldn't answer. He said, I don't know. But again, that led me to believe this was also a part of his recovery. Yeah. Because of the simple fact that he was at least open enough to saying in so many words, hey, listen, I was just threatened by you. That's all it was. Like, and it was wrong for me to outcast you and do what I did, but I was just threatened. I was a young kid and I was threatened. That's a normal. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think you're onto something with him, like setting up the whole entire thing as like a kind of like a personal like therapy session for himself, because the reunion kind of came out of nowhere. And if he needed any type of therapy or people to talk to, I know he wasn't going back to that damn red table.
Listen, he
learned his lesson from that. He was like, no. Let me set up this reunion real quick. But yo, can you imagine if that Aunt Viv switcheroo had happened today with social media and everything? Mm-hmm. If they would replace that beautiful chocolate woman with a light-skinned version,
it would have been a whole smear campaign on the Fresh Prince.
It would have been a firestorm. Oh, they would have canceled the Fresh Prince, yo.
Oh yeah, they would have canceled it. They would have canceled it, but
they would have canceled it.
So
and the way how he picked on Carlton.
Yeah.
The bullying.
But that was the thing, right? So as the special ended, Will posted something which was a stamp for me. It was a stamp for me. So let me try to find this first, because it was very, very important the post that he posted, and I was like, why would you choose that scene and that music for this teaser? And I'll play you the teaser. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's it right. Hold on. It's this right here.
Right.
I'm just a kid. My life is a nightmare.
No, yeah. I'll play it again.
No, we don't have the rights to that. Don't.
We might have to like talk over it.
Okay.
No, so I know I heard it right. He said, "I'm just a kid, and the wife is a nightmare."
That doesn't make any sense.
What did he just go through? What did he just go through with Jada Pinkett Smith?
Oh. yo, if that's the reason why he picked that, that would be crazy.
I could be totally off.
I
could be totally off.
Yeah,
you might be onto something.
Yeah, the lyrics go, "My life is a nightmare."
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my life isn't. Or even still,
Brandon,
I'm just a kid, and my life is a nightmare because I can't make it out from the speakers. But I'm saying, if I'm saying all that to say, I think Will is communicating with us, and we're missing it. Will is openly saying, "Hey, yo, I'm going through something, and I'm trying to address some demons and trying to fix whatever's happened." I feel like Will Smith is lost a little bit.
Hold on.
I feel like,
I'm sorry. He played the song during the highlights of the show. Like
no, after the show, after the show aired, he posted like the content that he normally posts, a little funny, witty things,
right.
But it's a video with him and Jeffrey in it. And the song is "I'm just a kid, and my life is a nightmare." I know.
Yeah, no, I'm asking from the 90s. Him and Carlton and Jack.
No, it's a scene. Go on Will Smith's page. Go on Will Smith's page, and it's a picture of him with Jeffrey. This is what it looks like. It's a picture with him and Jeffrey. That's what it is. And as the music that is playing is "I'm just a kid and my life is a nightmare." Like, I think he's communicating with people. And while people are, I think he is. And while people are laughing at it, I do think that Will Smith is still very much going through something. You can see it in his face. You can see it in the way he laughs. You can see it in the content. He's putting out extra content. I think he's trying to stay busy while trying to heal.
I think that nigga's tired. I think
he is tired. He is tired. I think he's tired, but also I think that most importantly, this journey of the Fresh Prince and everything else that he'll continue to do is specifically to either go back to a place where he felt safe, whole, and pure, but also, again, getting back to Janet, he wanted to go back and rectify, realizing now how much he hurt someone just because of maybe the hurt that he's going through within his life.
You read the lyrics to that song? That song is deep.
That's why
that's what he's saying.
No one listens to me. No one listens to me. No one listens to me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not just that. Not just that part.
I know the song. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to put you on game, regular Nas.
Anything but.
Take off the glasses. Take off the goddamn glasses.
Never.
That is alpaca. You blot that shit.
Yo, guys, are you guys aware that next Saturday, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones?
Oof, I can't wait.
And on the undercard, Jake Paul versus our friend Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson, yeah.
I have to go. I didn't go to Nate's page yet to see what he looks like hitting the bags. Well, yo, what's his name? Paul's a big. Yo, but Jake Paul's a big kid, man.
He's a big guy.
What's the size difference in that fight?
I don't know, but he's a big guy. So I know. I looked up the same shit because I looked it up. I was like, wait, Nate's fighting? And then when I saw Jake, I was like, wait, he's fighting Jake? I was like, okay.
So yeah, obviously we're all going for Nate. Nate's our pick automatically. Friend of the show.
Yeah, Nate's friend of the show. He's definitely gonna be there. I'm with him.
Who do you have for Mike versus Roy?
I got Mike. And let me be clear, Roy Jones is one of my favorite fighters. Y'all know who my fighters are. It's always gonna be Tyson, Floyd, and Roy Jones. Those are the people I grew up on, studied, watched.
How do you not have Winky right? You wasn't a boxing fan.
I was a boxing fan. I just told you my picks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my pick.
Proceed, Brandon.
So listen, just because you grew up in that era Nas, and you were alive to witness those in real time in the black and whites. We all did not have that privilege, Conser. Okay.
First of all,
we're looking at things in color. Okay.
Winky Wright was around the era of Roy Jones.
I know who Winky Wright is. Right. I know who Winky Wright is, but Winky, for me,
he's a boring fighter. He just had the jab.
No, it wasn't even boring, because you could say that Floyd is boring. It's just that Winky wasn't as consistent, I don't think, for me. You know what I mean? Like, for the people that I liked were consistent for a very, very long time. And I could be wrong about Winky because I didn't really watch all of his fights. But for Floyd, for Tyson, and for Roy Jones, favorite fighters of all time for me. Specifically, Tyson, because Tyson was the first boxer I had ever watched. And that was with my parents, because they grew up on boxing. They still watch boxing. I grew up on boxing. I box. Like, it was something that you just did in the home. So for us, pay-per-view events, especially with Tyson, it was a big deal. So when I was finally of age to watch like a sporting event, especially boxing, where something so violent, I missed Tyson's first fight. He knocked the guy. I don't even remember who he was fighting. He knocked the person down in the first round. I went to the bathroom. It was over. I think I told the story on here before either way. But to answer your question, Wilson, I'm going with Tyson. Tyson is like, he's a live wire
right now. Yeah,
he's a live wire, yo. Like, mind you, I've seen clips of Roy Jones training, and Roy looks good. Roy looks really, really good.
And Roy never stopped, because he's been training and everything.
Yeah. But the difference is Roy is not angry. Roy is happy. Like,
I think he's deceptive.
Tyson.
I think he's deceptive though with it.
Oh no, he is. Roy? He is. But I'm saying
always been cool.
He's always been cool. But Tyson has been on every podcast saying, I can't wait to get into the ring. I'm going to destroy these people. I've been waiting years to do this, and I'm ready to go. Like, he's ready to go. Like, he's ready to go.
So, I gotta go with Roy.
My pick is Tyson.
Oh, you're going Roy?
No, my pick is Tyson. Roy. You're going Roy?
Yeah.
How do you think the fight ends?
A draw.
A draw? Okay.
How many rounds is it? I can't remember.
I think they're going like 8 rounds.
8? It's either 8 or 10.
Are they using like helmets too?
Nah, I don't think so.
No. They're going.
Yeah,
they're going. Even though it's an exhibition, it's a charity event. They're going. They're going. Like, y'all could come to the crib and watch. Like, I'm ordering.
I'll be at work.
Yeah. I don't want to see neither one of them get knocked out.
I'm scared.
That's the only thing. That's
a bad knockout. Like one of those stiff arm joints where you just feel like stuck on the ground.
Listen,
with the thriller.
Yeah. I don't want to see one
that. If I see one of those, or if I see like half your body flip out the ring and your legs are out like this,
man,
coming into that's gonna be bad. That's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be how many fingers do I have up? Tuesday. Yeah. No. He's done. He is.
Yo, but the funny thing about it though is that I feel like it's gonna take. Like, I feel like they're going to come out trying to feel each other out like normal boxers do, right?
I don't think Mike is.
I do feel, I was about to say, I feel like that's what Roy is going to do.
I don't think Mike's never done that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Roy is going to come out on some,
yeah.
Tyson is coming just like this. Like, he's coming straight at you. And I think the moment that Roy punches him hard enough, I think Tyson is going to snap. I think that's
going to happen with both of them. Because it's natural. You've been doing something for 20 plus years.
Yeah. Once you take that first punch, it's you know what it is.
There's no autopilot on these boxers, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, there's autopilot. There's no manual. They're going.
Yeah, basically. So
they're going. But that's gonna be an exciting fight, man.
I'm excited about it.
It's gonna be crazy.
And Nate got a stick of dynamite.
Yeah. Now I just got to find which one of my friends is gonna shell out that money.
That's what I said. I'm gonna order the fight. Y'all could come to the crib. Come to the crib. I'll cook and everything. Let's have a fight night. That's what we do.
Just lock up your PS5. I don't want to feel tempted.
You're gonna steal my PS5, so you're gonna come in my home and steal my PS5. That's really classy. What are you gonna do? Bring up a garbage bag and just start to unload shit as you like going? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I've been on Best Buy all day pressing refresh. Even during this podcast, I've been pressing refresh on Best Buy. Yeah. I want to put it above me.
So there's an app that lets you know. Damn, my man just told me about an app that signal. They scan like Best Buy, Target, and all these other stores and websites.
That's called fraud. That's called fraud.
No.
It's called ticket scalping.
No. I forgot the name of the app. But yeah, I'm telling you, dude, first quarter, man.
Overstock?
Is it? No, it wasn't Overstock. It's something else.
StockX?
No.
I know Overstock selling them, StockX is selling them, eBay selling them.
Sony
did
and
release
exorbitant amounts.
Yeah, No, but if I'm keeping it a buck, I was telling somebody StockX had it for 800. I would have bought it for 800.
It's like 8.
I would have bought it for 8. It's a generational device that
I'll wait.
I hear you, but
it's gonna be like again, a 2-month wait.
That's my point. Number one, it's gonna be a 2-month wait. Number two, anytime they do next gen shits, those next gens will be worth money. Like I still have my PlayStation 3, the PlayStation when they first come out. Like I think my PlayStation 3, I paid like $600 for that because it was the backwards compatible one. Is the first one. I still have the exact same thing. Those, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I look at it as a long-term investment. Also, think about it. How long do you have systems? Like you keep systems for damn near 8 years, 9 years. So you figure you're paying $100 a year. It's not a bad investment. You pay more for that than for sneakers and coffee.
Yeah,
think about it.
That's a fact. Let me tell you something. If a girl bought me a PS5, I'm gonna cry.
She's a keeper. You gotta cry. You gotta cry right there.
Yeah, you got wifed.
Yeah, you have to cry like right there. As soon as it happens, you gotta cry. Like it's amazing. It's a gift from God. It's a gift that keeps on giving. It's like those cards that you used to get during the holidays, the Walmart. Every kiss begins with K. That's what this is. I know. I know what it is. Thanks. I got it. You just ruined my joke. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, regular Nas.
Anything
Nas. But. Yep, I know. So yeah, that's my will takeaway. That's our fight takeaway. Yeah.
Wait, before we get out of here, so they said they're gonna reboot the Fresh Prince to make it darker and edgier. What rapper? I have my take. What rapper would you like to see play well?
21 Savage.
21. I was gonna say 21. That's what I was gonna say. Yep. 21 is the perfect person. 21 is the perfect person, just aesthetically, how he looks, his demeanor, how he talks.
Is he too old though?
All right, so if it's not him,
he's got a semi-young look though.
Yeah, but if it's not him, I would go either like a Boosie. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Let's shout out to Boosie. Hold on.
Maybe NLE Chopper.
I wouldn't be mad. Would not be mad. But hold on, I did want to talk about Boosie. So over the weekend, Boosie was shot by an assault rifle and is in critical condition. I think that they're talking about him having to potentially they may have to amputate his leg or
because of diabetes.
No. Yeah. I heard it. I thought his manager debunked that.
Oh, you did?
I don't know. I didn't check it. I got the notification. I never checked up on it. I just read it like, holy shit. Like that's crazy.
From what I saw, his manager had reported that, he had 2 surgeries on the leg. It's not getting amputated. That was just a rumor.
Oh. Just a rumor. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
What I heard. Yeah.
Prayers up to him.
As long as it's a rumor. Prayers to Boosie and his family, his support system, everyone over there. But I definitely wanted to say that.
Let me tell you something about this Fresh Prince reboot. It's going to be hella whack.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's going to be too serious and it's going to be way too political. First episode, police brutality.
Yeah.
Calling it right here. First episode, Will's getting pulled over in Philadelphia. They're beating him. They're going to name, unfortunately, all the brothers that lost their lives and sisters that lost their lives in real life. They're going to use that as a point of reference. They're going to do a police brutality thing. It's not going to be a gang thing where he was outside of the school shooting some ball. None of that. I was walking down the block, minding my own business, and the cops came up and punched me in the back of my head.
Yeah, but they talked about it on the Fresh Prince too. Like they brought up that scene where the important scenes, right? Like it was like the first time that Will and Carlton experienced racism, as well as Carlton realizing that, hey, just because I'm some rich kid, like they don't give a fuck. You remember that scene where they pull up and Will is like, yo, put your hands on the steering wheel, 10-2. Don't say anything, Carlton. Carlton's like, I've got this, Will. You don't know what you're talking about. I've done this before. How's it going, sir? How's your day going? He goes to extend his hand out the window to the officer who is Caucasian, white guy. The officer says, put your hands back on the steering wheel, and can you keep your hands where I can see them? And Will's whole face is shaking. He's laughing, but it's a serious moment because you see on Carlton's face, he's like, okay, my privilege is not welcome here.
But that message is conveyed in a comedy sketch. You can do that. But if the show is completely serious, like, oh, Hillary, I grew up in down north in Philly, as they say down there. I grew up down here. You don't know what it's like. I don't want to hear all that shit. I'm here to laugh. I'm here to find inspiration and hope. I don't want everything to be oversaturated and be super woke and to be super politicized. I don't want to see that. That shit is whack.
Yeah,
that's what made the Fresh Prince dope, because like it showed that we could be fun. When I say we, I mean African Americans. We can portray the rich people, the funny people, the ditzy. Just like they say, oh, a blonde is ditzy, which is a stereotype. Black people have Hillary was the equivalent to that.
Yeah,
Jazzy Jeff was the surfer type friend, right? If you
he looked good, man. Jazz looked good. He had his little slick back. He's aging really well. He looked really, really good. Like, he looked happy. Like, even him telling the story about how he would get thrown out the house. Like, the first time that they threw him out the house, they every time that they threw him out the house, they were legitimately throwing him out the house. So one day he said, "Hey, yo, there's this one shirt, that African shirt, I think it is, where if you notice, every scene that he's thrown out now, that is the only thing that you see is that." Because he said, "Yo, I got tired of getting thrown out the house." Like, he said one day they did about 60 takes or some crazy shit where he was just literally getting thrown out the house, and all you hear him say is "ah, ah, ah." I was like, God damn. Like,
now, but if they make the show serious, like now, they would just probably throw him out like one time in the second season.
One time,
You're
yeah,
like, there it is.
yeah.
Probably
And
do that
that's
shit
it.
like CGI it.
Yeah,
that's just gonna be whack. You know it.
And
I know it.
I would love to see like Vince Staples on there. Imagine like Vince Staples doing all the things that
Yo, Vince Staples would be
that'd be hilarious.
genius. I didn't even think about that. Vince
Staples
would be perfect.
with the new Carlton. That would be hilarious.
That would be funny. That would really, really, really be funny now thinking about it. But there's somebody else that's funny. What's this guy's name? Light-skinned dude. Plies.
Plies way too old. Though.
Yeah, is he too old?
Yeah,
but Plies, I know, but Plies could be
Uncle Phil.
Nah, I think Plies would be funny, man. Especially if they're doing it.
He could do a Jazzy Jeff character.
Or Jazzy Jeff. Or Jazzy Jeff. But you would need like a DJ. Who would be your DJ pick for Jazzy Jeff?
Who Kid?
I'm just
trying to think of one that has personality, like it's funny.
Yeah.
Who Kid's the only one that comes to mind, yo.
There's so many of these young rappers out here that like they're copies of each other for the most part.
I don't know who I would have to think about DJs too when I really think about it. There isn't many DJs out there that, at least I don't know if they have like personality.
Yeah, and a lot of these rappers are like too cool now.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to.
Nobody's doing a Nightmare on My Street. Parents just don't understand. No, they don't have.
They're not doing
that persona, man. Everybody's too. I'm a thug. I'm too hood.
Yeah,
I don't see that shit.
Bullshit. Yeah, that's the bullshit. Ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. We want to thank you guys. As we said before, love and light to everyone. Grassroots community, fan base. We love you guys. And just keep rocking with us. We'll still be doing what we do, putting out good content, putting out good energy, and elevating as always. And to our immediate communities, again, there's going to be some more things coming from Grassroots. Again, we're working on a brand new Discord. We are working on a few other big guests that will be coming to join the show, as well as possible other places that this platform will be living. So I'll just say that. And that said, we want to thank you guys for joining us as always. I am Brandon Killabh Hall.
I am the regular Nas.
I'm Wylson.
With a special guest appearance from Chris, aka Chris Bops, and we out. Peace. Grassroots.